I wanted to say thank you for everybody that's joined us for the program tonight. Shout out to my man Randy. My man Randy hit me up and has told me he's going to be listening tonight. He's a very dedicated fan. Him and his wife. I used to say it was Randy and his girlfriend Cindy. That was great listeners, great fans here in the Ames, Iowa area of the show. But now it's Randy and Cindy. It's Mrs. He got married. They got married. So congratulations to them. I think I gave him a shout out when they got married. I think it was maybe a month ago. But they flew out to Vegas and got married. And Randy said it's the first time that he flew. He never flew in a plane. So big step. Shout out to you, Randy, and congratulations to Cindy and you on your wedding nuptials. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get to the show tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on. This is the last week of Black History Month. I know it wasn't on the air the last 2 weeks. The week before that was my Cake Day celebration. So I informed everybody what's going to be on the air. I was trying to have a recorded show because I didn't want my listeners to go without anything. So I want to fix that in the future. If ever is the case, a show that's not live, because I always like to do my show live. You know how I do it. I'm going to be fresh in the flesh. So in the future, if I don't have a live show, I'll make sure I have some recorded content. But until then, let's go ahead and get into what's going on. So this is the last week of Black History Month. So I'm glad I'm back on the air. There's a lot of stuff I want to cover going on in the world. We got the crisis going on in Ukraine. And if you listen to the show, you follow the program, I already told you. I led people up. I think I was talking about this back in December, maybe November, actually. I might have said something back in November. But I definitely was saying something back in December about Russia. If you check the YouTube channel, that Russia was going to invade Ukraine. This was going to be a war. And Russia, he did it back in 2014. It's not the first time that when he took the Crimea, he took that. Just down on the water part. He took that in 2014. Nobody said nothing. He's going to do it. I'm talking about that later on. It's going to be towards the end of the show. I'm going to get into it and let y'all know what's really going on with that and how I feel. And because feelings means everything to everybody. Plus, I'm going to go over the NBA AllStar games, going on with the Lakers. I haven't talked to you guys since the Rams won the Super Bowl, because, I predicted that. And a few other things. So, yeah, definitely going to talk about what's going on in the world. And some television programs, movies, and stuff like that. So, music, I'm going to play a little 2 Chainz. Play a little Dirt. Shout out to Lil Durk. I like Lil Durk's music right now. He's evolved a lot. So, anyway, welcome to the program. Like I said, this is a new episode going home live here in the studio. So if you watch this on YouTube, this is the new KHY studio. First time doing the broadcast here live. I'm a little nervous, so if I'm a little all over the place, excuse me. But I'm excited. It's exciting and nervousness, you know what I'm saying? So it's getting used to the new surrounding. The board is the same. Shout out to all the people that help bring the program and improve all the equipment and get everything set up, because it is an easy transition. I'm feeling really good. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Lynn. Shout out to all the volunteers. Everybody helped get this going, the engineers, the station people, because this feels like normal. It feels like the other station, but with a better atmosphere, because this is us. We own this. So ownership means a lot, right? You're not really there if you don't own it. You're just visiting. We own this. So we here. KHY is a staple in the community of Ames, Iowa, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play a little more music. When I come back, I'm going to jump into sports. I'm going to go with some entertainment, and then we're going to hear what's going on in the world in the crisis and how I feel, because I got a feeling about it. I'm going to talk about feelings. Talk about how I feel, what's going on in the world, and where we stand, because the crisis is going on in Russia and Ukraine. It's a civil war if you think about it. It's a civil war because they're Russian. The Ukrainian people are Russian. They speak Russian. The majority of the people in Ukraine speak Russian. Even the president, Zelensky, I think his name, speaks Russian. They're Russian. And that's why some of the people are saying it's okay for him to do that. How I feel about that, I'm going to talk about it. How y'all feel about that, let me know. But we're going to talk about that. And if that's genocide, is it not? I don't know. It's more on the move. I'll be right back.
Hey man, we were serious about that battle. But nothing else. We had limitations on the studio.
All right, let's go ahead and get to the program. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and start with the sports. So as I said before, the All-Star game happened last weekend in the slam dunk contest, 3-point shootout, all that stuff. And I enjoy, I put my hands up. I enjoy the All-Star game. The slam dunk contest is weak. 3-point contest is actually better than the slam dunk contest. I think I had more fun watching the 3-point contest because there's no name people in the slam dunk contest. Nobody really that has a name gets in it. I think they get in to try to get a name. So didn't enjoy that. The All-Star game itself is good. Shout out to that. He had it. They could be able to donate money to different charities. So they gave them incentive to play better. I like the format. Great job. The Lakers, LeBron is struggling. Yesterday, the Lakers played the Clippers. It was a home game for the Lakers, even though they both played the same arena. I think it's called crypto.com arena, something like that. And the Lakers lost. LeBron played. It's no way the Lakers should have lost that game. The reason why, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard didn't play. The best two players the Clippers have didn't play, and the Lakers still lost. How do you lose that game? How do you lose a game that you're supposed to win? Come on, LeBron. LeBron was. I don't know if I want to blame him. I don't know what's going on that you got to do better. Come on, the Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan. I know this is not the team, but come on. I'm rooting for you guys, man. Let's go. Right now, the best team in the NBA, I think, is Milwaukee, the best team in the East. But you got James Harden going to Philly. He played the other day. You got the Nets getting the guy from Philly. I forget the kid's name. But Ben Simmons, that's his name. We'll see. The Bulls are balling. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan. That's who the Lakers should have got. The Lakers, instead of getting Russell Westbrook, they had a chance they could have got DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan did an interview on All the Smoke. Shout out to All the Smoke, Matt Barnes and Stevie Jack. You know what I'm saying? Steven Jackson. Shout out to them. I love that podcast. I love the show they got on Showtime. I watch it every chance I get. I watch a lot of episodes. But they did an interview with DeMar DeRozan. He said he from there. He wanted to go to the Lakers, and he's in contention to be an MVP. He's balling, averaging 20-something points, like 26, something like that, a game. If they would have got him over Russell Westbrook, we would have been in contention. If they would have got the kid from Sacramento, I can't think of the kid's name right now. But they'd have got, come on, anybody but Russell. Why did you bet? I know it was a project, and LeBron was like, Russ is that guy. He can get his buckets when he needed. He can work. And you wanted to save him. I don't know. He from LA. Bad call. That was a bad bet. That was a bad bet, LeBron. You shouldn't have went. You shouldn't have went with DeMar. It worked. So shout out to them. That's what's going on in the East. Baseball is on strike, so like I'm going in baseball. So yeah, that's going on there. Michael Jordan, I like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was all over the All-Star game. It's Scotty Pippen didn't show up to the All-Star game because Jordan was there. Because they got beat because Scotty put that book out. Scotty's bitter, man. You know what I'm saying? You play second fiddle you got 6 rings. You got the same amount of rings as Jordan. You was very instrumental in helping Jordan get those rings. And you second fiddle, and you sour about that. Why are you second fiddle to Jordan, bro? Everybody's second fiddle to Jordan. Everybody, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, everybody's second fiddle to Akeem Olajuwon. Everybody's second fiddle to Michael Jordan. Scotty feel privileged. Matter of fact, you ain't even second fiddle to Michael Jordan. Matter of fact, Kobe is closer to Michael Jordan than you are, Scotty. Matter of fact, LeBron is closer to Michael Jordan than you are, Scotty Pippen. Scotty Pippen, you are nowhere near the caliber player that Michael Jordan ever was in his career. Stop it. Sit down. Stop it. Never. Shout out to Bubba Dub. Never will you ever be in contention to Michael Jordan. Never. Stop it. Stop it. That's what I'm saying. Get out your feelings, bro. Moving on. College, I'm wearing my Iowa State hat today. Shout out to Iowa State basketball. I know it was a rough run that my man, I think it's Braxton. He can be balling. You know what I'm saying? I think when we hit the tournament, I think Iowa State going to make the tournament. I think make the dance. I think Iowa State going to do some noise. I think so. Fred Herbert was having a bad time over in Nebraska, and I think they're going to keep him, though. Fred should have stayed at Iowa State. He went to the pros, went to the Bulls, and then he went to Nebraska, and he's struggling over there in Nebraska. Fred Herbert, you ain't doing good over there. We should stay here. He's the mayor. Everybody loved you here. But now we got your assistant. We're going to see what he do. Patrick Ewing, the coach of Georgetown Hoyas, was a great player at Georgetown. He's struggling down there. struggling in Georgetown, but they might keep him. My man, did y'all see that Juwan Howard video from the 5-5? And I think he got a ring as assistant coach with the Miami Heat with LeBron. And he's a coach of the Michigan Wolverines basketball team. Put hands on that man. The Wisconsin coach, he put hands on that man. The Wisconsin coach had to stop him from walking by, put his hands on the Juwan. I was like, hold up, though, bro. I'm from Chicago, homie. What you doing? Put your hands on me, though. I don't know if that's what he said, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm imagining. He said, put your hands on me, homie. Huh? Stop me. Put your hands off me. What you talking about? And he slapped you. Put hands on that man real quick. He said his closed fist be opened up at the fingers across his face. I don't condone violence. I'm not saying what he did was wrong. But you don't invade. You respect people's boundaries. You don't invade people's private space. People have anxiety. This is a time, the space where I told them. So many people drink coffee now, right? Anxiety, it calms people down, right? High anxiety on the go. Everybody's on the move. Social media, everybody's watching, right? Cameras everywhere. You don't put your hands on people. You respect people's boundaries. I do, because I don't know how people can react. I'm not saying that that I would react that way, but I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm not saying I would not. If you invade my space, it's things that could happen. That's all I'm saying. And I respect people's spaces. I know that could happen. I don't. If that's not my intentions, I'm going to respect your boundaries. So anyway, that's the Juwan Howard video. You're saying that, go on ESPN.com. I don't have video of it, or YouTube. You check it out. But he put it. Hang on that man. All right, so moving on. Let's go to TV and movies. I've been watching the Tommy Show. It's called, what is it called? Force. Yeah, it's pretty dope. I like that. What other show? Euphoria. Oh. Round of applause. If you haven't been watching the show Euphoria, you're really missing out. Zendaya, I believe is the actress' name. She's dope in that show. That show is dope. The writers, the dialogue, the script, it's so intense. It sucks you in. I love it. It's so dope. Check it out. I think it's an HBO series. It's really dope. Also, I watched this show called Billions. It's really dope. I like that. It's a series I watch. So Forrest, that, and that. Oh, coming up, me and my son, we're definitely going to watch the Batman movies coming out March 4th. It has Robert Pattinson in it. He's from, what's that show? The teenage werewolf vampire movie. Can't even think of the name of it. Twilight, that's what it is. That guy, Bella's boyfriend or love interest. Robert Pattinson, he's in that movie. And he's playing Batman. Don't know how I feel about that, but it's a DC. So if you read the comics, Batman does have a lot of different personas. It's not just one, the comics don't just have just one Batman. Just like Marvel. Marvel's got different entities, different spin out, but DC is just different. If you don't understand the comics, if you like Marvel, you probably wouldn't understand DC because, and I like Marvel, but I understand it too because Marvel is like, it's funny, it's hunky dory, it's cartoony, it's out of this galaxy, and it's good. Now, I'm not knocking. I love Marvel movies. I'm not knocking them, but it's different in DC because the writing, it's so dark. DC is detective comic. It's dark. It's more of the storyline. It's not more about the glitz and the glamour and and the woo 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 wooing you and wowing you, right? It's more about sucking you in and bringing you in and dragging you along. They might even have to tie your leg up to drag you down there to get to there. When you get there, it's like wow. So I hope this is like that. Because if you watch all the Joker movies, if you watch all the Batman Returns, Batman Beyond, all that, it's great. I love it. Batman's my favorite superhero. Favorite superhero is Batman because you can actually be Batman. And think about Batman's storyline. Batman, the beginning of it, he's a child and he sees his mother and father get murdered right in front of him. Right in front of him. That's how dark it is. He's a child and his mother and father gets murdered in front of him. And he has to live through that. And where's the therapy? I don't think as a child, his butler doesn't give him therapy. They don't have a story where he gets therapy. That's who he is. Bruce Wayne. I like that story. Everybody's got a little dark in them. Some people fight it. Some people let it out. Some people go overboard. Anyway, so that's coming out. I'm definitely be checking that out. So the Guardians of the Galaxy movie coming out. It's a Jurassic Park movie coming out. If you watch the Super Bowl ads, you see it's a lot of movies coming out, a lot of adaptation. It's a Martin Lawrence reunion show coming out on BET Plus. Let's get some of the Black History Month out. Let's have them talk about that here in a minute too. Let's give some credit to some of the black networks. 85 South Show. Check that out if you want to find out. If you really want to understand black people and black people's culture and what black people are into, you need to go along and really indulge in some of the things that we like. Like if you enjoyed that Super Bowl halftime show, that's what we like. That's what not normal. That's a bad choice of words. That's what the average general black people like. That's the Mary J. Blige. That's the music we grew up on. You get it crumping and you thumping in this dancery, that no more drama. That's what we was in. She is the queen of R&B and hip hop. She's the queen of hip hop soul. That's Mary J. Dre is the soundtrack of most people's childhood and adolescence. The Chronic. Nothing was better. It's the way he did the music. It ain't just the raps. We don't like the Chronic just because Snoop is on it. Yeah, we love Snoop. Snoop is the guy. Shout out to Snoop for acquiring Death Row Records. He's the owner of Death Row now. Shout out to that. Check out the evolution in that. But we don't love the Chronic just because of Snoop. We don't love the Chronic just because of Dr. Dre and he was in NWA. We love the Chronic because sonically, the music, listen to the Chronic album. Sonically, the music is impeccable. The music, listen to it on a good system, some good headphones or whatever, in your car, on a good system. Listen to the quality of the music. Dun, 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 dun. Like, the Chronic sonically is beautiful. And then listen to what he did with Tupac, the music, California Love. That's what Dre is. That's why the Super Bowl was so dope. Eminem, who didn't love Eminem? Eminem still breaking the charts. How you feel about him taking the knee? I thought it was great. Eminem, the only white rapper that hasn't switched and went rock and roll. Huh? All these other white rappers that switched over and went rock and roll. Shout out to, and God rest the dead, to Mac Miller. Never did either. Some of these other younger rappers. I'm talking about Kid Rock. I used to love Kid Rock. Bow, bang, bang, dicka, don't stop the bucket. When he first came out back in, Kid Rock came out around the same time Nelly did. Because I was in Indiana when I heard that song. My name is Kid Rock. Kid Rock was the dude. I liked him. And then he went country. I don't know. He don't even rap no more. I don't know what he do. Then you got Vanilla Ice. I don't know what he did. He flamed out. But you got a couple other MGK. MGK, my daughter's a big fan. They got tattoos of MGK. Love MGK. I was a big fan of MGK. Had his whole crew, you know what I'm saying? EST. I rocked with him. Went some of his shows. I talked to MGK in person. One time he's outside skateboarding at the Valet Ballroom down in Des Moines. Had a conversation with him. Normal guy. Now he's punked out, straight rock. Yeah, he switched up. So shout out to Eminem. They had to say that. Seen a couple interviews. Shout out to also another show you might want to check out is $1 Million Worth of Game. I think they're on Barstools. $1 Million Worth of Game. Shout out to Wallow and Gilly the Kid. Love y'all interviews. Love the people y'all have on the show. Y'all had Yo Gotti, 2 Chainz. These are things I'm really into. The Breakfast Club is something that I listen to on a regular. I'm at the point right now that I'm at my wit's end. I almost hate to hear Charlamagne talk. It's that bad. It's annoying. It's really, really bad. I seen an interview he did with Kodak Black. I'm about to play a song that he got, and he got shot at Justin Bieber after party. I think he was getting into it with somebody or helping somebody. Somebody got shot. But seen an interview he did. I like Kodak. I used to didn't like Kodak. But Kodak's different. He's a young guy. He's figured it out. He makes mistakes. I don't hate him. He talked about how Donald Trump helped him out. Donald Trump gave him a pardon. And at the end of the show, I'm going to talk about Donald Trump having a rally tonight. He's doing some things for the nationalists or some CPAC or whatever it is. And Marjorie Taylor Greene was at this conference, and she was at this white national conference or something like that. What's going on in Russia? I'm telling you, it can happen here. If you got, Russians against Russians. Come on now. They try to take, he's land grabbing. He's taking it back. He's not allowing him. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so I'm going to play that song here in a minute. When I come back, I'm definitely going to go into the social political issues. Let you know what's going on. It's a basketball game going on right now. It's a close game. The Nets and the Bucks. Oh, close game right now. So I'm rolling a move. I'm talking about some Black history stuff. I'm going to tell you how it's affecting us and how I feel about what's going on in the world. Y'all stay tuned. It's rolling a move.
When we could be superstars, weaving round the wrecking cars.
All right, welcome back to the program. I am rolling the move. And let's go ahead and get into the political and the social issues of the show. And let's talk about what's going on. So Black History Month is something that happens around February, or not around, every February. And it's really no emphasis of it. So it's some historical stuff going on in 2022, though, because we have a Supreme Court Justice nominee, first time ever Black woman. That's kind of sad when you think about it. It's great. Hold on. I don't want to damper that. That's great. Round of applause, right? First time we have a historic moment of a Black woman being nominated to the Supreme Court. But what's sad about it, it's the first time a Black woman's been nominated to the Supreme Court in 2022. I'm ready to move past that being the first time. It has to be a first time before it's a normal thing. But man, is that far? It's my lifetime. You know, I'm not a kid. And this is the first time. I mean, I was in, my 30s before we had a Black president, right? And I never thought that would happen. And now we got Clarence Thomas. He's the first Black man. He's the only. Thurgood Marshall was the first Black man on the Supreme Court. Shout out to that. Clarence Thomas is the second. This is the first Black woman. We have a Latino woman. And anyway, it's just, wow. Anyway, Black History Month. So if she gets nominated, trying to come, some of the Republicans, Lindsey Graham, some other people trying to say, they can't say nothing about her because her record is like super clean. I don't know much about her, but I'm going to learn as we go who she is. And I hope that if nominated, she does a great job. She is a person that was a public defender. That's where she got her experience in. She was a public defender. And I think a lot of her cases that she heard was along that line, that prayer line. Anyway, so that's great. Also, George Washington Carver, if you don't know who he is, he went to Iowa State. We have some streets here named after George Washington Carver. He is the person that was the peanut. I don't know if he discovered the peanut or invented some of the stuff that is made from peanuts. But he did a lot of other inventions too. He's got a lot of patents and stuff like that. So if you know who George Washington Carver is, Google him. He's a guy that Black man that did a lot of stuff here back in the 1800s. This is stuff I want to talk about. So what's going on in Ukraine? I have my CNN pulled up. It says Russian invasion of Ukraine runs into stiff resistance. The media plays a big role in what's going on in the world. I don't know if they're trying to poke the bear, but it's no way Ukraine can stand up to Russia. It's no way. It's no how. Russia is trying, I would guess, trying not to just inflict, because he wants Ukraine to be part of Russia. So you don't want to go in and just kill people. But Russia, if Russian military is taking heavy casualties, I'm sure Putin is going to apply more pressure and more bombs, and more people die. So stop reporting that stuff. That's my opinion. I think you add flame to the fuel. Why would you say Russian invasion of Ukraine runs into stiff resistance? Okay, what is you trying to give hope to Ukraine? There's no way they can beat Russia. Also, I think that the way that Ukraine is positioned, because Putin doesn't want them to be part of NATO, because they were formerly part of USSR, the former Republic of Soviet Union, and it's a lot of nations and small countries over there. And just because this is why I'm gonna get to the Black History Month. I'm gonna tie this all together to the Ukraine thing. It's my take. This is how I feel. And our feelings and emotions mean a lot, but this is my take and my feeling on how I see this. So, Ukraine was formerly a part of Russia. Okay, years ago, most of the people there speak Russian, and from those parts of Russia, right? So that's their heritage. They're Russian. But they created, they're part of Ukraine, and Ukraine's biggest export is grain. Okay, so they have money. Ukraine is a wealthy country. They have money, and it was a time that they were starved. when it was the USSR, they neglected that part of Russia. So that's when they formed together and they started their own thing and developed their own country. And for you to be a sovereign nation, you have to have a military. So somehow, I don't know how, what treaty, whatever embargoes that they did, but somehow Ukraine were able to get their own military, okay, military weapons, form their own troops. And once you establish your own military, you can now form a treaty to be your own sovereign nation, separate from whatever entity you were personally part of before. And that's what Ukraine had done. They become their own, they felt, but they had the power and the resources, but they felt that that's what they wanted to do. Okay, so because they felt that way and they had the resources to get a military, they became a powerful nation and was trying to get a charter to establish themselves in the UN because they had the money and the power. They had the guns and the butter. The guns and the butter means a lot in this society, right? And Putin's like, hold up, wait a minute. So you trying to be a part of something to where now you giving privilege to my ops. You giving privilege to the Western world to be right up against, to actually control part of the sovereign nation. And also, if you want to buck us, you can bring them with you. Nah, I ain't having that. That's what Putin is saying. Do I stand behind what he's doing? No, because it's a land grab. But he did it before, like I said before, and you allowed it. Now, this is where black people come in. Now, a lot of Asians that come here, a lot of Africans from other African nations that come here, a lot of Arab and Indian people that come here from other nations. When they come here and become Americans, they assimilate into American culture. You know, the dress code, a lot of the functions, the sports, the entertainment, a lot of different areas, right? And that's natural. But they still hold on to their language. A lot of those foreign people that come over here, or those nations that come over here, they assimilate publicly, schools, in jobs, in situations, but in the home front, they still speak their own language. Okay, they still eat some of the same food and follow the same culture, some of the same religions, go to the same churches. They send money back to the other family members back home. They still visit. They're still part of who they are to the core. You assimilate to do your job and to learn and be a part of the society, but you can still hold to your core values of who you are individually and pass that on to your children. Okay? Now, Black Americans that are born here, the father's father was born here, either through slave trade or whatever you want to say, being Moors or whatever. We have not that. That we don't have. We pass down soul food and hypertension and you know, stories of that struggle. So we pass down. We don't have a land source to send back to. So we assimilated totally. Black people in America have totally, it's the only, and because we know, and we're so strong, Black people are so strong to the core. We know the wrongs that happen to us. We know that the conditions that we're faced with and how people see us, okay? We cannot just conform totally. We assimilate, but we have nothing to beckon to. We have nothing to call home to. I can't call home to soul food and say that's my culture. I can't call home to the slavery and the disparities that happen to Black people and say that's my core. That's not. And I can't also connect to tribalism back in Africa because I have no connection to that. We're the lost tribe of Shabazz. We're truly the lost people, the chosen ones. People don't want to talk about that. Because let's talk about what's going on in Russia and what's going on in Ukraine. Those are two entities that look exactly the same. You cannot tell a Ukraine person from a Russian. I just said most of them are Russian. I think 70 to 80% of the people in Ukraine speak Russian fluently. Only language I know is this broken English and some slang. I know how to speak Pig Latin. Most of the cuss words, though. You know what I mean? So, I mean, they are the same people. Now, for us to assimilate, we will never be able to fully assimilate because we are not white. Women can assimilate because they're white, but they'll also be outsiders because they're not men. White men control the world. White men are the standard. We're talking about Putin, and then we got Biden talking to white men. And you got Zelensky, he's a white man. I was talking to a guy who has red hair earlier, and and I know the slang term for that is ginger. So when I was speaking to him, I didn't want to use that term, but I wanted to point out that distinguishes you from being a white man. You're a white man, but what distinguishes you from being different than just a normal white man, which is a bad choice of words, but being just an average white man, is your hair is red. So you notice that right away. Oh. So that's the difference with black people. No matter how good you can assimilate, no matter how good you fit in school, job, culture, music, whatever friendship you have, you will always be distinguished by your skin tone, point blank, period. Period, point blank. Then once they get to know you, you're a good one. That's society. Is that right? No. Am I totally correct on everything? Maybe I'm off on some things, but if you listen to me, you know what I'm talking about. That's the standard of the world. The currency. I don't see no black faces on the currency. I don't see no women on the currency. We talking about what controls the world. I'm only here. This radio station is only on because we get money, we get donations to help the radio stations thrive. It takes money, it takes currency. The face of currency controls the world. The face of the currency is white men. Now, I'm not against white men. I'm pointing out facts. I love all people, women, other transgenders, all genders, all people. I got a bias against animals, pets, though. If you listen to the show, y'all know I got a bias against pets. Hey, don't get me started on that. But that's what I'm saying. Where are the women on the money? Where's the Latinos on the money? Latinos was here in America in the beginning. California, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. The natives here, Denver, Colorado, Illinois, the Illini tribe. Come on, all of this. Where's tribute? You can name football teams and basketball teams and baseball teams after them. Where's the currency? Currency controls everything. Let's talk facts. I don't talk just how I feel. I don't care about people's feelings because you can feel how you want to feel. You may feel this way today. You may feel this way next day. If you have bipolar, and I don't want to disgrace anybody or defame anybody about this, I'm just saying, if you have bipolar, you could be up, you could be down. I think I have some parts of that. I have some parts of anxiety. I'm a human. I just try to control and deal with it. I told this to another person the other day. I said, can I have a bad day? I'm an anchor. I usually deal with things pretty strongly. I have a strong conviction and I carry broad shoulders. So I carry things pretty good, but I can have an off day. I can be wrong about things. I speak facts mostly. Okay. So, but yeah. And back to my point. Black people in this country, we will never have the equality that we're looking for. Because I think that's what we don't just want to assimilate. We want to have something of our own. We want to have something to say, hey, we're here. You have to accept us. Okay. And that's what Ukraine was trying to do with Russia, and Putin put his foot down. Nah. We don't have a military. We will never get what we want because we can't make them do it. That's why the NBA have contracts and have player unions and stuff like that. It's because they can do lockouts because they have people that can force their hand. You can't make money off football, basketball, or baseball if you don't have the players. So the players can have leverage to say, hey, you can put some non-contract players in, but you're not going to get the same product. So if you want these big names, you have to negotiate. And that's what black people don't have. We don't have any leverage. We don't have, and we'll never be able to create leverage because we're assimilating. Even the people with power that we kind of look up to, they have already assimilated to the point that they have no power because you have no military. Y'all talking, no action means nothing. You can talk all day long. All talk and no action gets no results. You got to have some action behind that talk. You can start off with talking. That's what they keep saying. Biden saying we're gonna have negotiations. We're gonna put sanctions. Sanctions what? You gonna stop his money? That's why he made a deal with China. That's why Putin, when the Olympics was going on, before he went in and invaded, we said this piece. It's like chess. I keep telling you, it's not chess. It's chess. When he's putting the pieces around the board, he was talking to China. Does he know that China don't care about the United States? So he's like, I'll rock with them. You know, we share landmass together. I'll talk to you. And I know that if y'all put some hold on my money, I can get along with China. We'll do some business. My money gonna be straight. I don't need y'all. I can do what I want to do. That's what Putin is saying. I do not need your approval. I do not need Joe Biden's approval. I do not need the UN's approval. I don't need none of all the European Union's approval. I don't need none of that. I'm gonna do what I want to do. As long as my country is saying, hey, we gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And that's what it's showing. And now it seems like all the Trump people back over here saying, yeah. They all right with that. They want to do that here. It sounds like, I'm not saying that to be true, but I'm listening to the rhetoric. And I'm like, I don't agree with what's going on in the world. I don't agree with what Putin is doing. You knew he was going to do it, and what can I do to stop it? That's that man's business. What y'all going to do over here? We can't even get voting rights over here. Black people can't even get voting rights passed. Y'all always talking about y'all want to protect the unborn children, but y'all can't even protect the people that's paying taxes. Black people, we can't even get voting rights passed. Y'all can't even get it right on the COVID. Now everybody taking masks off. What's going on? Y'all have no idea. Y'all still got people fighting over non-vaccinated and vaccinated people. It's everybody's feelings, it's emotions. It's the biggest thing. And because of social media and all these platforms and everybody can express their opinions, as I am, it's all over the place. It's all over the place because we have to get our emotions in check. Putin is getting older. Maybe this is what he wants. He wants to say, this is what we want to do moving forward as Russians. We want to take back what we feel is ours. Because at once upon a time it was. So he's saying, I'm going to get it back. What was Trump running on? Make America great again. He was trying to convince people that America once upon a time was great. Who was it great for? That's what a lot of the opposition said. Who was he talking about? Because it wasn't great for black people. Like, what point in time was you taking it back to the 80s? Because the 80s wasn't good. It was crack epidemic. It wasn't good for black people. The 90s wasn't good. What the 60s? The 60s sure wasn't good. What are you taking it back to, Trump? What point was America great for who? Because it's getting better, but we thought it was great after Obama, and then see what happened? Y'all trying to take voting rights away. We thought we're trying to go to space. We with that. Black people, we all for intervention. We like the iPhones. We like all this technology. We're not against that. We want to be part of that. The Bitcoin, we want to be a part of that. But stop trying to take our votes away. Stop trying to take our rights away. Stop trying to act like that. We ain't part of the system. We part of this, man. I am an American. Point blank, period. I'm a black man in America. I have my roots here. My roots aren't in Africa. My DNA started in Africa, but all of y'all's DNA started somewhere else too. Except the natives to this country. And to be truthful, a lot of the blacks in this country are original men of this country because we are the natives. A lot of my ancestors are Native Americans of this country, infused with African blood, infused with white blood, hence my skin color and my facial features. If you check me out on YouTube, handsome young man. Turn up. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what it is. Rolling the movie Saturday night. Got to keep it live. We can't be all dramatic. My prayers are for the people of Ukraine. I hope that this is resolved very quickly. I think that this could have been avoided. But this man had his mindset. I don't know this man. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm praying for those people. And I also don't want to forget that we can be sucked into this. We got troops lined up. I know there's a lot of people, they have family members that are National Guardsmen, friends and stuff like that. Y'all stay safe. I love the military. I support the troops. I'm not big on law enforcement because I think it's over-militarized. It should be community policing, not this industrial complex of policing that we have right now. But I do support the military. My father's a veteran. My uncle's a veteran. So I definitely support the military 110%. And if we do happen to be sucked into something, my prayers with them people of military, and I support y'all. Hope we don't. I hope we have, because I don't feel like it's none of our business. Our military support us and our interests only. This UN thing going over there, I don't think we should be part of UN. The UN. I watched that. The NATO thing, I don't think we should be part of NATO. Maybe not the UN, I should say. NATO. Probably should be part of the UN, but not NATO. We don't need NATO. I agree. And this may sound a little weird. I agree with Putin on that. You're like, why y'all got a NATO? NATO was back when the Cold War was going on. Cold War been over. Why y'all still got NATO? NATO is the reason why the Cold War ain't come back, because what's going on right now? NATO's still there. What happened in 2014 when he took Crimea? What did NATO do then? Sanctions? You don't want to put sanctions because gas prices going. Gas prices already went up. They're already high inflation. People complaining about that. And now gas prices go up. If the cost of goods go up and gas prices go up, it's going to make cost of goods go up again. Woo, they can get you out of office, Joe. You ain't going to be voted in. And that's what you're scared of. So Putin got you to his chest. He know Russia, like I said, Ukraine's biggest export is grain. Russia's biggest export is fuel. And they just had a pipeline they was trying to open up. Say, hey, we're going to stop from doing it. Man, okay. He was doing that to sell y'all oil, to help the European Union get oil, the mother countries. That's what he was doing. He was helping y'all out. He got it. He can sell gas for a penny and do good forever. And we gonna struggle because we overspend. We overconsume. We like our temperatures and our hot tubs and, our saunas and all. It's America, right? So anyway, I'm about to get out of here. Great show. I don't know if you guys can check out the Merle on the Move radio show. Check out the YouTube channel. But the visuals here is dope. Shout out to KHY. This is the new KHY. Can I rebrand the show? This is the new Merle on the Move radio show at the new KHY studios, still on Douglas Avenue. I can't think of the address right now. I think it's 620 Douglas. I think it is. It was 14, but I think it's 620. I could be wrong, but I think it's 620 Douglas. Anyway, we right around the corner from the bodega. If you know where the bodega is on 6th Street, on the corner of 6th Street and Douglas, we're right behind that on the corner of 7th Street. The corner of 7th Street and Douglas. That's where I'm at. And it's beautiful. It's the old art building. So anyway, check me out. I'll be live next week. Definitely be live in the show next week, And like I said, I'm going to keep y'all going. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being part. We're still here. Like, if you get a chance, I think we have an open house coming up here shortly. So all my listeners, if you do want to come, take a tour of the studio, take some pictures, see what the experience is here at KHY. It's a beautiful studio. We got other rooms you can check out. I'll let you know. Tune in. Hit me up on Facebook. That's Merle on the Move on Facebook. Or hit the KHY Facebook page. And you can stream this show live, not live, but past shows on the KHYFM.org website. Also, if you'd like to donate, become a member of KHY, go to the website. That's KHYFM.org. Click that donate button. Appreciate y'all. This is Merle on the Move. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
I'ma let this Mac fly with this one. Hold on.